Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Live from Mississippi. We're doing a little bit of cooking. I am fixing to go ahead. I've got leg quarters on the grill that are about done. I've got two of these little thin pork steaks. I'm finna throw them on the grill right quick. It won't take them but just a little bit. I got some seasoning right here in this jar. I'm gonna put on them. Rub it around on there real good. Oh, that's good enough. So I've got to finish cutting up my chanterelles. We're fixing to cook them in butter on him. So I got to get the rest of them chopped up here. I had done washed them earlier. What you got going on, Mr. Brody?
I got my pirate army.
You what?
My pirate army.
Oh, pirate army. He got a pirate war going on over
My
here.
pirate army. Yeah, I used my Ariana from Jurassic Park.
Well, I heard you went to the movies last night.
Oh yeah, I did.
Who'd you go with?
Nano and Mackenzie.
Did you like it?
Yeah, we watched Toothless.
Watch Toothless?
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, How to Train a Dragon. That dragon's name's Toothless. I thought you was going to say the name of the movie was Toothless.
Yeah.
Say you could have went down the street and watched that.
It was only on the movie. So all my
So,
everybody.
I'm fixing to spin them this way just a little bit.
Trying to get the.
And y'all, I noticed out here that my seasoning is coming off of my Blackstone. I really wasn't going to use all that butter.
Yeah, my army men are fixing to wake up. What's his name? Hey, I gotta show him something.
Show them.
I got a snail in my hand.
Hey, look, you got to look at that screen. They can't see. And don't bring that over here by the food. He got a snail. Oh, he throwed it. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
They don't recognize me.
I just wanted to show him that
Well,
before I get
I've been having technical difficulties all day with.
With everything she's touched, mind you.
Hey, y'all. Tomorrow is Father's Day.
He said tomorrow was Father's Day. Let's just cook all of it good. Put it all on there. Set and fixing to run off. My garbage bucket's over here. And the wind, y'all, I didn't realize we was fixing to have storms out here.
Yeah. We were gonna have
See, like I was watching the wrong live video. I've been trying to upload a video for you guys for the last 4 hours, and I finally just had to delete it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. we've got 73 people watching.
They don't know we on Saturday night. I don't think. That's all right.
Did you wind up putting all of them on there?
Every one of them. Not them in the refrigerator. This is just what I picked today. Go get some seasoning you like. Just seasoning.
What do you want?
I don't care. I have never used any. I want to put some on.
Seasoning?
Yeah, sprinkle anything that's good. Goes with butter. Brown sugar will probably work. Really? I bet brown sugar would be good on it. And that butter. That center had done cooled down. But I noticed my seasoning is my where I seasoned the Blackstone. Look right there. I don't know why it started peeling up. Tender.
That's my favorite.
Looks like it's a lot of lemon pepper is what it looks like to me.
Miss Betty Brody has done run off. I don't know where he went, but I'll tell him, hey, you said hello when he comes back around.
All right, you want to put that stuff on that steak, on that pork steak while it's cooking, or when you get done with it?
Get done.
Right.
Samuel said that he likes a bait pond.
That bait pond gonna be a trip. I'm fixing to get that chicken, some of it off anyway. It's been on here a while because I'm gonna check one and see. It's done cooled down, I believe. I like my chicken more done than most people. If it ain't got, I'm telling y'all, if my chicken ain't got black edges on it, I don't want it. I know a lot of people gonna say, ah, but.
Thank you, Julius.
Yeah,
Crystal said she had to look twice to make sure it was you. I like that hat he's got on. Mama's doing the Happy Day with July. But we're not gonna play games.
Wait, I wanna see who comes
Oh, okay. Mrs. Betty said to tell you hello.
Hello.
Look at that chicken, y'all. Leg quarters is on sale today at the grocery store.
John says Mike Culpepper's trying to watch from the beach.
Oh Lord,
He said he's probably got sand where no man should ever have sand.
He's at the Half Shell Oyster House is where he's at. I know. That's where we went when we was done. I'm through with that, I think.
A spider, where's it at? Where?
Oh, fire.
Hey, that's an ugly spider.
That's too many legs.
Yeah, I don't know what kind. Just stay out of it. You need to go put shoes on.
Alright, next project. Ice cream.
Your sunglasses is covering up your shirt.
Y'all like my new shirt? Check that out. Y'all see that? That, y'all, is the coolest shirt I've seen in a while. I mean, we got Sasquatch toting a grinnell out of the swamp, and I guess he's using crappie up here for bait. That is a cool shirt. When I seen that shirt, I was like, I got to have that.
You gotta have a bowl for the mushrooms, don't you?
Something. We got to finish cooking them, and then we're going to make ice cream. I knew y'all was wanting to listen to an ice cream maker go, wow, 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 wow. I'll have to go down to my shed to the knife shop, my freezer, my big freezer down there, and get the bag of ice. But y'all, Martin Meltzer last year gave us an ice cream maker. And I've been watching Southern Boys Outdoors, and then Bruce Mitchell did it too. They made that Wendy's smoothie with the chocolate milk and all that. That's what we fixing to try to make. Here's, I ain't never done it before. I just watched how they did it, so we're gonna go at it. I need to cover them. I need to cover this up or something.
Butterfly Farm says tell you hello.
Hello.
I'm wanting to dig into these leg quarters right now. I'm telling you.
Well, maybe they put a paper towel on.
Yeah, that's why I said hand me.
And the potatoes are inside. I did potatoes in the oven.
I don't know how long that pork steak's gonna cook because it looks like charcoal is about burnt up. So they're gonna take a little bit for them to cook. Do I need to go and get the ice first, or we put the
I
ice
need
later?
to tell 'em something.
Well, tell them.
Y'all, if y'all wondering if y'all want me to put a do-rag on my head, I will do it.
He wants. Do you need a do rag? You do. Look at him. Look. I got you right here, son. I was prepared. I ain't never without one.
Well,
Everybody likes your shirt.
I knew when I seen this shirt that I had to have it. And y'all, I apologize about the wind. I'm sure it is affecting the sound quality some. But at the moment, there ain't much I can do about it. I can go hook mics up, and we may have to do that in a little bit, so we'll see.
So y'all let us know, is the wind really loud?
Whoa,
and
beast.
annoying? Ricky Johnson.
Just assume it's all day.
come on.
I'm looking at the comments. Let's see. Mr.
We
John
didn't clean
Culpepper
this
wants-
tablecloth off
Brady, you
real
put
good.
the hammer on them guard the other night, didn't you?
We still working on our gar catching methods. We ain't give up yet.
Luke says that you look good, Brody.
Who?
Luke Jones.
Luke Jones.
Julius McGinney says, awesome, Brody, love it.
All right, we need to start pouring ingredients in there.
What do those two say?
I don't know how to make this ice cream. We just gonna go at it. So let me get y'all right up here. And
Y'all look at the comments.
I told him to rewatch them videos.
we watched Bruce. I'll be honest with you. I tried to pull it up and I couldn't find it, and I didn't have time. I done waited too late.
Mom, can I look at the comments?
And y'all look around over here just for a minute. Let me get these mushrooms off.
Mom, if you're holding it, Mama can't read the comments. Here, you sit here and hold it, but don't touch nothing, okay? This one said that the wind was not bad.
With the what?
That the wind's not bad. Well,
It was bad on that fishing video, and I knew it was gonna be when it started howling. So
but I'm not,
when I started editing it, I knew then I was like, I made a good move when I put that microphone in. But that's why I don't like to use a microphone all the time because you miss out on the birds and the sounds of nature, and I like all that. But I also don't like when the wind's going whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I mean, nobody wants to hear all that. I don't want to hear it when I'm editing mainly. All right, let's cut this off. We done with this apparatus.
Yeah.
Suzanne Alford said they are finally getting a little rain.
Well, we got plenty we can send you. Plenty we can send you. All right, I think I'm gonna set y'all up right here. Y'all can see Roscoe and Mama and everything, and I'm gonna start mixing this stuff up with this ice cream. Where does this apparatus go? Does it go in the bottom?
Apparatus.
I don't know what it's for.
I can't remember. It's been a long time since I run this. Or does it go up? Something goes up here to hold this in place at the top, don't it? I can't remember. Somebody tell me where this goes. Where does this go? I think it went in the bottom, if I ain't mistaken, like that. I think. But I can't remember.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
Where'd that go?
I don't know.
This is my great weapon.
Where's the top
all
part to it?
time.
Oh, I didn't bring it out here.
This is my
I go
weapon
get-
of all time.
Well, I gotta get the other.
Fuck.
It's inside.
If any fly comes through, I'm gonna put a
We
hurt.
don't whack the flies with that because it's got to go in our ice cream.
What?
Is that what the spoon's for? The ice cream?
This is my thought. This is my
Hey,
fly killer.
don't be meddling with that. Don't meddle with that. What'd we do with the ice cream salt?
I had no clue.
The box of salt we gotta have?
If y'all are wondering, I got the United States shirt on.
She just told me that salt was out here on this table.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I like
You
these.
see a box of salt? Here it is. You can use it for a prop over here.
Yeah, I like my daddy's shirt too. I do like it. If y'all are wondering if it's like ice cream, Ricky,
You got somewhere to plug that into?
That cord over yonder.
can I talk to these people?
Mike Culpepper said he is sand free and full of steak.
Sand free.
Yeah, if y'all wondering, Mackenzie's here and staying for a week.
His cousin is here. He about moved in over there with him.
Uh-huh.
John Thomas said, are we having pie or cake with ice cream?
Ah,
I like cake with my eyes.
Probably neither.
we still got some wedding cake in there.
Yeah.
We do.
You
All right.
turn over something.
Yeah, look, back us up so you fall. There. Now. Don't make no mess out of it. Did you figure out where this apparatus went?
Apparatus.
It's got to go something to do with this thing.
Apparatus.
We didn't keep the instructions.
Apparatus.
Oh, well, first off, I know
Apparatus.
Y'all should tell him how to work this thing.
that goes in there like that. That goes through that like that.
Where is
This-
apparatus go?
Locks on here
Where does this apparatus go?
like that.
Where's this
And I got
apparatus
this
go?
much sense. I don't know. I bet this is due with a hand crank.
Where's a hang?
I don't know. No, the hand crank and this. I don't know. I don't know what this thing for,
It
y'all.
didn't even go in there. It may go something else.
I don't know. It was in there when I got it now.
Yeah, if y'all wondering
Ricky Johnson said
Just
that
tell
is.
him what-
That's it.
how to make it,
Well, how come this ain't? Oh,
I don't know. If y'all are wondering, yeah, I
there it
like
went.
my ice
Okay.
cream with
All right, I got it figured out. I
But I
got it.
think you have to put all the stuff in.
Yeah, you do. I just wanted to make sure I could hook the thing off before I poured all my junk in there.
You better get your extension cord.
I got it right there. I can reach it. We just gonna have to sit here and look. Quit.
John
playing.
Campbell said that stick is an ice jabber.
What?
Is an ice jabber.
Oh. All right, so we poured a whole half gallon of this in there, I think.
And that's my kind of real.
No, it ain't. You gonna make ice cream with it today?
But it does sound tasty. Chocolate ice cream. Mommy,
I mean, we poured the whole half gallon. I didn't even get a swig. And we got Cool Whip.
You supposed to put a whole half gallon in there?
you
I did.
You're gonna have to buy some more chocolate milk for me to drink. Go do that right now.
Go do it right now, he said.
Yeah, if y'all were wondering why he used all of the chocolate milk,
You mad about that?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a good way to get your head peeled.
What'd he do?
Hit me. Right there on camera. I got eyewitnesses. He'd get his tail tore up, won't he? All right, what?
John Thomas said he thinks
Cream.
Bruce put 4 cups of milk.
yeah, y'all tell us.
Well, that was 4
Which
cups,
I know.
wasn't it?
Y'all tell us what you know.
I noticed Bruce started with a whole gallon though. We gotta have the ice. Brody, it's down there in the freezer. I'll have to go get it.
Did he put sweet condensed milk in
Yeah,
there?
2 of them.
Yeah.
That's why I bought 2. I remember that part.
Wait, can I lick that? I'll make some cream on my mouth.
John, when he
Back
gets
up.
talking, he don't ever shut up.
He don't never run out of nothing to say. He got it on us, didn't he?
Yeah, Luke, everything that's got Cool Whip in it is usually gonna be good. Pie, it don't matter what it is.
Doesn't mean if it.
Yeah, as y'all can tell, we don't ever measure nothing.
Measure? I measured some boards when I built a house.
So what
Hey,
was
just don't. Hey, put the spoon back up there.
what was that liking about? What was that about? What they were liking about? No, what were those comments of those people that like something?
Yeah, they liked your stuff. Martin says he's pleased to see the ice cream maker in action.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping you'd be tuned in, get to see it in use.
He needs to put that hand crank on there and turn it himself.
You know, I think she's wanting to run it, don't you?
Yeah.
I think that's what she's wanting, is to run that hand crank.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to put gasoline or alcohol in your ice cream.
Why would we?
Yeah, no.
Why would you want to put ice cream, gasoline or alcohol in there? You gonna fall slam out that chair. What's that stuff there taste like? It ain't good.
Yes, the honeymooners are home. They came home. They surely did.
All right. There, that, and that. I got a new bake bowl. I might throw it away, but I might not. All right, is that everything goes in there? That ain't but half full. Does it thicken up and rise?
You put Brady, you gonna cut your tongue? Don't do
Let
that.
me go. I gotta go get the ice, y'all, to put around it.
Boy, don't you ever lick the inside of a can.
He cut that tongue one time. You won't have to.
Did you cut your tongue? Let me see.
If y'all are wondering, don't put any bad stuff in your ice cream.
Don't put no bad stuff in it.
Yeah, y'all don't want to do that. It's bad for you. It will be bad stuff. You'll end up somewhere else than the world.
Lord, young'uns, you just gotta watch everything they do. Turn around and now he's sticky. Look at me. Your hands is sticky. Go to the bathroom and wash up.
Yeah.
You got
Bye. See you
sweet
later.
condensed milk all over you.
I'll see y'all when I get back.
Yeah, probably everybody that's watching on here when he stuck that can in his mouth is cringing.
Had to learn everything the hard way.
Let me
Now
go wash this stuff.
This is a solid table. I built this table, so it'll take this. You don't do this with your kitchen table.
Well, I got my dishes on.
Well, they probably cracked.
Miss Janet, they are doing good.
What is?
The newlyweds.
Oh,
They done come to see us since they've been home.
we're trying to get them to get all their junk except the iPad. We're trying to finagle around and keep the iPad.
So y'all, was that quick?
You done got cleaned up.
Yeah, that's sticky.
Hold up. Put that over in this bucket. Don't put that in your mouth. I know what you was thinking. Move.
Y'all better not put a little bit of sugar.
Hold on.
You'll make a drink.
Hold on.
Spill over later.
We got how much of this ice cream salt I'm supposed to put?
50 all of it.
All of it.
No, not all of it. Because we have to keep buying all of it.
Well, the box is in rough shape. I'll just tell y'all. I don't want to get that on my new knife. It'll be rusted it all up.
I got a name for it.
For the new knife?
Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We don't have any, like,
You don't like Elijah?
but its name is Jesus. We don't have one that's named. Yeah. I should name every knife. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you can, it's a survival knife.
He's got plenty to say. It's a survival knife.
Yeah.
I hope I got that.
Right.
Yeah, in the right. Let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna make a mess. If y'all put a little bit of sugar, it will make a drink and spill everywhere on the table too. It will sling everywhere and it'll just make a drink. Y'all don't have to add.
Look at there how I got that on there. Just right.
Y'all have to add everything y'all can.
How much salt are you supposed to put, Shell?
I don't know. Y'all, how much salt are you supposed to put?
I didn't ask him one time. I couldn't see the comment, so.
Oh, so Luke Jones was fill the ice to the very top of the brim and cover it with salt.
That thing didn't come on. Oh, I know why.
Ooh.
Oh.
It says everybody's saying put the salt in layers with the ice.
Come on, Betsy.
I don't want to play.
We may have to put that on the front porch.
Yeah, we can take it inside and plug it up and let it run while we out here. They got to watch us do it all. That was the main thing.
It's gonna get all over y'all and it's gonna get all over the phone if y'all are doing it on the table. If y'all are filming. Y'all are gonna
You think they doing some filming too?
No, they're just watching our videos.
Yeah.
And I bet the other people they just like I bet everybody they're watching our videos. Yeah. That's all I missed.
Hey, you know what? We got to stop. Y'all didn't say a word. Not a word.
What'd you do? Oh yeah, somebody did say that. But I thought you didn't put it in there.
No.
Somebody said you didn't put the paddle in. Now you're gonna get salt all in our ice cream.
No, I ain't put no salt on the top yet. I hadn't put the salt. I put some salt down in there. I hadn't put none. I put a bunch of ice on top. Hey, we got everything lined up though. Boom. No harm, no foul. We caught it.
Yeah, I gotta get a towel. Put over it.
Yeah.
You gonna bring it in?
Y'all should put a towel over y'all's phone. So
You want me to bring it in? You got a place to set it and plug it up? All right, we got it going. We're going to carry it in there so we ain't all got to listen to it. Come on. Y'all feel me on this? I mean, unless y'all just wanting to hear it run. Who in their right mind would?
They don't want us to hear that, man.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. See you later, Bo. So if you are wondering, just don't add pepper or if y'all are forgetting anything in your ice cream, if y'all are making homemade ice cream, you're gonna forget some things. If y'all watching this video, you're gonna have to do the exact same thing we are doing.
You entertaining, hold your hand, chin up. You got sticky all under there, ain't you? Is these mushrooms any good? They are.
Wait, did you cook them?
Yeah.
Wait, let me try.
We'll get you one.
I never ate a
I might take that off. Him flopping around every time I.
It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's also chanterelle. It's a yellow mushroom. If y'all see it, it's good for you. You
John
know,
Thomas at Roscoe clean
you
broke
can
his
only
shit off.
pick
Yeah.
just the yellow ones. You just
Son, that corn right there didn't even have no kernels on
John
it.
Culpepper, you're multitasking.
What's he doing?
He said streaming Spirit of the Outdoors from a laptop to Bluetooth earbud in the right ear, watching LSU versus Arkansas on TV.
wait. I'm gonna another.
What are they playing?
I'm gonna another mushroom.
Hey, y'all, it won't be long. I'm looking forward
Here.
to the stick ball we got going on here at the Choctaw Indian Fair. I like to watch them play stick ball.
Randy Allen, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna get a dish pan and put it in the dish.
What?
It said put it so that it won't drain all over the counter.
Probably very wise advice. Sound wisdom. Sound wisdom. That's what you call that. I tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to twist this up, put it over here in this freezer, in this refrigerator. You can see I done pulled the corner off to keep the ice, water drained out of it. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Don't add paper to your ice cream. That's bad.
that I'll need that. I'm about ready to eat myself. Let's get this garbage cleaned up right here.
Yeah, y'all should clean up all your garbage. If you
They ain't got no garbage. You the one got garbage out here.
it's a very
Somebody
good
had
thing.
toys scattered out everywhere. Still got a tub of them over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mama put that.
All right. What else I need to do? Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I'm gonna put this cord up.
Don't pick any other mushroom. If you see a white one, it's bad.
A white one is bad.
Yeah.
What if it's an oyster? An oyster mushroom.
Just pick oysters.
But it's white. You told them not to get a white one. We just right now picking just the yellow ones, ain't we?
Yeah, y'all should just pick the yellow ones because the white ones, they're death angels.
Right now the white ones are. Over in the fall, there's some white ones that grow on dead trees that are very delicious. They'll have a golden tint to them, but they're mostly white. I'm
Yeah.
ready to eat some of this grub. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Yeah. If
I don't know that I have eaten meat today. I ate a piece of cake. We had some tenderloin, the inside sweet loin of the deer. She sauteed it with peppers. It was delicious last night. And I had a few pieces of that left, and I ate that, and it wasn't a handful. So. What? What does your shirt say? He's a good boy, loves his mama, loves Jesus and America too. That's a good shirt. Where'd you get that?
I don't know. Where'd I get this shirt? Mom?
So y'all, I am sporting a cap tonight.
Somewhere.
I know everybody's looking like, we didn't know who you was.
Use your teeth.
See that hat right there? M4 Laser Works. Mr. Joey Martin will fix you up. I get a small commission off the hats. You helping his business, mine. So these are Richardson hats. Y'all, these are the Richardson excellent hats. He does laser engraving, does the logo. So I wanted to wear a hat. I like the hats, but now we've sold a good many, but I still know there's a bunch of y'all that wear hats that don't have one. $25, and then you got to pay some taxes and some shipping and whatnot, but it's still I like this color for fishing. And we got all the mossy oak woodland. He can do whatever you want. I think you have to email him, and I've put the link in most of my videos. It's got hats and it's got his email address. You can email him. Probably the most quickest way is to get on Facebook and go to M4 Laser Works and tell him you want a Spirit of the Outdoors hat. He'll fix you right up. Are you ready to eat? I'm ready to eat. We're going to eat at this table. Let's eat right here, Mama.
Come on, Randy Allen.
We got plenty.
He should be ready by the time he gets
Yeah.
over here.
There's 2 pork steaks over there. It's gonna take a few extra minutes. I'm ready to eat though. I ain't.
Mama.
What we gonna? You got me tea? Oh yeah, we ready to go. I am fixing to smash some leg quarters. I ain't gonna tell y'all no story about it. I'm fixing to eat. We're gonna have some of these mushrooms. Trying to figure out how to keep the flies off everything. There's taters under there. I don't
Yeah.
know what this is.
Have you ever got turtle
I don't know, but we're gonna have to
scratch?
turn that camera a little bit so they can saw you, ain't they? You gonna eat at the end of the table? Right there? That ought to work for us, I think. I think that ought to work for us.
How to get in a
Get in that chair and sit down.
if you have a kid,
If you have a kid or something, he's always... Look, we put Country Bob's barbecue sauce on the leg quarters, and then this is Country Bob's steak sauce.
if y'all
So
want a
it's
kid,
for economical services. That right there is pretty good. I don't know about this steak sauce yet, but their barbecue sauce is pretty good. So that's what we are running. Get up there and sit down, son, please.
if you have a
Please
kid,
get over there and sit down. And then on your rear
he's
end,
gonna do this.
park is thy rear end, and it's that chair.
He's gonna jump.
He told
in
if
the
you have a
chair.
kid, this is what he's gonna
Yeah.
do.
If you have a kid, he's gonna be just as wild as that.
He's gonna do this.
What, you want some
Ah.
chicken?
Jump straight on. Yeah.
Huckleberry said he enjoyed his camo hat.
Yeah, I enjoy everything. Like I couldn't really.
Huckleberry said he responded to the email at all. Julius McKinney, I have not figured out how to do the do-rags with my logo because I fold them 3/4 and I folded his half in two because his head's smaller.
Quit.
obviously.
Ready to say the blessing.
If I ever figure it out, we'll have some. I'm probably gonna have to try to figure out how to heat press vinyl on them. We may try to do that at some point. I really ain't had time with everything going on thus far this year to do it. We've had a lot of events and stuff going on. It never ends, it don't seem like.
He can't. We're going to say the blessing. He done ate.
Yeah, let's pray right now.
Quit.
Thank you, Lord, for the woods and the creek. Thank you, Lord, for the food we eat. Thank you, Lord, for the fish that swim. Thank you, Lord, for all of them. Thank you, Lord, for the plants that grow. Thank you, Lord, for the white-tailed doe. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Amen.
Amen.
I think I missed a line at the end. I couldn't remember it. Can't remember my own blessing. I know one thing, though. I'm hungry.
The bread.
Roscoe, where's your bite? I dropped a
The
piece.
bread and
Did you
the
get some of the
bird.
potatoes?
I didn't yet.
Is the bread and the bird one?
Mm-mm.
It's so good. And I like chicken.
You want this here corn?
No, I just like chicken better.
There is a good breeze blowing, John. Really a little more than I anticipated whenever we started coming out here to cook. And I looked and there's pop-up storms. So I really thought we was fixing to have like storms. Thunder and lightning and such. But fortunately we don't have any of that.
Right now.
And I've had enough rain. I mean, here we've got plenty rain.
You want the potatoes, Brady?
We're gonna actually get to pick tomatoes this year that we have not even drug a water hose to the garden. This is the first time I ever remember not have drug the water hose to the garden yet.
Yeah, I need to tell him something.
Tell them, hey, listen.
So,
It's going to turn over.
if you're realizing, do y'all eat turtle? I don't. I love turtles.
You don't want to eat no turtle?
I just love turtles. I don't like to eat them, but I do like to pet them. Do y'all pet turtles? By the way,
How you pet a turtle?
You just pet it on the shell.
Can he feel it?
No, actually, you just tap. You just do this and do it on his head. Now, do y'all put a slug on your mate?
Brody.
John said he loves turtles too.
They just like to eat them.
Yeah.
Brody will have one in your goldfish pond.
Oh,
And then he'll eat the goldfish.
Jeff, I'll get him to look here and just when we get through the live.
What's that?
Jeff Claudel said he sent you a picture of something.
I
That I
forgot
made
about
one.
that. I opened it up
Same.
and looked at it, and I was doing something and couldn't respond right then, and then I forgot all about it. I've been trying to get everything done today. We've been off rambling around in the woods looking for plants.
Yeah, and I videoed that. I made a video for YouTube, and I can't get it to upload.
that's a crazy woman, y'all.
What'd he say?
He said, that's a crazy woman, y'all. I didn't tell him that.
That doesn't know how to upload stuff.
Now, you better not be ugly.
Let me ask you this. Does Brody know how? Nah, don't do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and eat me another one. Oh, look at that.
Don't get your show now.
And then there's a pork steak still on there cooking. How come I ain't got none of them potatoes?
You didn't reach over there and get any?
I didn't, but I did now.
Barbecue chicken can be greasy.
It is that. Sound wisdom. Sound wisdom.
Yeah.
Alicia, we have had a good Saturday.
Alicia?
Not ain't Alicia, it's another Alicia.
Now, Lawson was in Mouse.
Yeah. You and Lawson play good.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sorry, Jeff,
We should start doing
cause he said we was us eating and starving him to death.
Fat boy got to eat good. I got a big tank I had to fill up.
Now, I have a little tank.
Alicia says she sent you the pictures and the info on that stuff you just want to know about.
Good deal. We got leg quarters. There's some potatoes that we grew. Michelle went and dug them herself today. And we picked chanterelles. So everything. And then there's some corn on the cob right here. My mom and them grew it. And it's, I don't know, but everything but the chicken we done.
Give me some chicken.
We bought the chicken at the grocery store.
Pull it off there. There's meat on there. Pull that meat off.
Can you do it?
I got a feeling that shirt you got on ain't gonna come clean.
What?
Wait till he gets in that chocolate ice cream. He don't like chocolate though, does he?
I like chocolate so much. I can't stop eating chocolate ice cream. But I do like chocolate milk the best.
Don't worry. There'll come a time in your life some doctor will tell you to stop.
You just rub your chicken all over your shirt.
Yeah. He had to get some of that barbecue sauce
Hey,
off
hey,
of his
hey,
chicken. Quit
hey.
rubbing it on your shirt. Give him a rag.
I thought I did.
Brody, quit rubbing it on your shirt. That was a pretty shirt. Now it ain't. Don't
Here.
rub it do-rag.
Mm, mm, mm.
Quit rubbing your shirt. Put that food in your mouth.
Lord, y'all. We're going to send him home with y'all.
It fell out my plane on the chair.
Roscoe. Here.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
Why?
I'll be back.
Going to the wash.
I will.
He's gone.
Yeah, but I just gave him a piece of Brady's chicken he dropped.
I'm giving him bones back here. I raised him on bones. He can handle them. That corn, I believe, done went too long. How long it been in a bowl in there?
Happy Father's Day to all of you out there. I see Brian said he was going to be working tomorrow on Father's Day. This chicken's good, but I about can't handle all the grease on my fingers. I can't scroll up and down.
Suzanne, my mama has cooked corn on the cob in the microwave in the shucks for years. When my daddy worked offshore and I was at home, we didn't do big fancy meals till the week he was home, but a lot of times she'd stick corn in the microwave and then we'd have some meat, and
Yeah, I don't realize.
she always cooked, but we learned how to just eat something simple and go on. It was just me and her. And then when I got to my teenage years, we got introduced to Red Baron pizzas. I've eaten many of them. Oh, fly. Somebody told me the other day to put white vinegar in a spray bottle and spray down everything and the flies would leave. You heard that? I didn't have a clean, functional spray bottle to pour the vinegar in, that's why I didn't do it.
Well, he done went and changed shirts is what he done.
And put that on backwards.
Yeah, the hash because I'm too dumb.
What?
That's because I'm too dumb.
You're not dumb.
Too dumb. I don't know anything, but I'm just too dumb. And by the way, y'all, I got shorts on.
You do?
I got underwear under them.
Oh,
Just shorts. They look like underwear, but they're just shorts.
okay.
This is the only thing I've said. My manners.
Ready for a pork steak?
I'm not. I'm still trying to hack this chicken.
Run that fly off that piece of chicken
Where?
on his plate.
I imagine he's through with it anyway.
Well, him. I ain't gonna eat nothing but me and Roscoe will polish this one off.
Oh.
You through eating?
I might eat a couple of fish for catch.
Well, I don't imagine we cooking fish tonight.
I imagine I'll eat something else. Y'all cook today. We're cooking tonight. I might eat some ice cream tomorrow.
We just left y'all hanging while we sitting
Yeah.
here eating.
Cajun holiday, thank you.
Hey, they can see me.
You know,
From the pizza.
you say we got a lot in common, and I think that is the way with a lot of us, especially on this channel, rural people, which I realize everybody on this channel ain't rural. Some of them are watching because they like the lifestyle and it's foreign to them. Because I do the same thing with other channels. But, you know, we really just trying to share good, simple living, make do with what you got. We don't try to grow all of our own food. I mean, we go to the grocery store and all that. But We do a lot from the land, like these mushrooms. And every dollar you can save helps. Bry's gonna be fat and happy in a minute. I ain't gonna be able to eat all of this because I want ice cream a little bit. Give me a
Who
whole.
likes those bones?
Huh?
Yeah.
Who likes bones?
I feel like I'm gonna have to be hosed down with a water hose
Yeah.
when I get through.
I need another one of them rags.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it everywhere.
Hey, brother, y'all. What, y'all?
I better go check
Thank
the ice
you.
cream maker.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be locked up and burned up.
Tomorrow we're gonna get you something. Dad. Find
Charlie Pickerel.
Dad. For your birthday.
He thinks yellow flies and dog flies like vinegar. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. Somebody told me that it would work.
Hey, what's gonna kill those flies?
A fly swat. You lost your do-rag too?
Yeah, fell off my.
No. I'm done.
It fell in the hallway. Y'all, if you're wondering, out here in the yard, it's nothing.
Samuel Pruitt said he's waiting patiently on the ice cream.
Yeah, I might eat some ice cream.
Willie Sellers said he would think vinegar would draw him in. I don't know. I'm going to try it. And what I was told was to spray down my fish cleaning station. I said if you spray down all that, the flies will stay away from your fish while you cleaning your fish.
Hey,
But I don't really have a problem with them out there while I'm cleaning stuff. It's usually when I'm cooking that I have the biggest problem with flies. So I don't know. We'll see.
hey, y'all.
You got you some dad shoes. What kind of shoes are dad shoes?
Hey, I need to tell them something.
Well, tell them.
If y'all put a gallon of oil in a can and put a lot of salt in it, and then put a lot of poison ivy in it, and then put it somewhere, and the flies will come to it, and they would just drink it, and they would die.
Do you think they like oil?
No, they don't like it.
You maybe cooking oil.
No, they just like regular
A
oil.
regular oil.
They like car oil.
Car oil. I got you.
They
Okay.
don't like car. They don't like car oil. That's why we're going to use that.
Okay.
That's the best way to kill it. A dog fly and a horse fly and all kinds of flies.
We need to clean all this up and carry it in. All right. Oh,
I'm
watch your toes.
I'm ready to eat some ice cream.
It ain't ready yet.
When
It'll
is,
be a little bit.
when's it going to be ready? When's it going to be ready?
In a little bit.
Wait, what are these comments? Did you read those comments?
You read those? Did you even read them comments, Mama?
Wait, there's another comment that just came up. Wait, there's two comments.
He's getting excited about them. All right. Let me get these pork steaks off. We're going to eat them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let the blend.
We'll eat them for Sunday dinner.
Mom, check out these comments.
You gonna eat your chicken?
Look at these comments. You
I
forgot.
see.
What did
we're
they
done with
say?
the grill.
Let's see.
So let's show these folks these pork steaks. Y'all,
Thin
them
and
are really, really good. Look at that. They thin. I think it was like $4 for both of them, $3, something like that.
Let's see. Glenn McDaniel says, watching you shaping those knives earlier makes me want to toss out my bench-made knives. Ain't worth the flip. Martin Meltzer says, my Uncle Clyde's favorite blessing was good bread, good meat, good God, let's eat.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's a bunch of Blue Army men over here scattered around. Somebody needs to kind of collect these dead bodies over here, I think.
They're alive.
Here, Roscoe.
Those guys are alive.
They alive. Well,
Yeah,
they
but
look like they kicked the bucket to me.
Kick the bucket. They didn't kick a bucket.
Clean this mess up, y'all. Lord, hey. I'll have to wash that. I'm gonna lay it right over there though. I got the barbecue sauce off of it. There you go. You want one more, him? You might as well take that and eat it. Go over and eat that. Be done with it. All right. Lord, my bricks is all out of whack. I gave Mama most of my rocks. I'm gonna give her all of them for a goldfish pond. Oh. There we go. All right. You know, now a cup of coffee would be good, wouldn't it? But I guess we're gonna wait on ice cream. I'm trying to not get grease all over Lisa's iPad because I figure she's gonna come collect it. John Culpepper, them pork steaks, I've been eating them for a long time. They inexpensive and they really good. You can season them and just grill them like that, and man, they delicious. But you can pan fry them and. Oh, Glenn McDaniel talking about those knives earlier. The knife that y'all seen me working on, well, I really wasn't working on it. The one that I have finished, there's a Caleb knife. It's got micarta handles on it. Got fluorescent orange liners. You seen me start putting together some sheaths. I have not finished that sheath yet. I finished one of them this morning and went and put in the mail that had to go with the Etsy sale that I had made. I've got to hook this iPad up. This says low battery. It's on 10%. But anyway, hang on. Hold that thought. Let me fix this. What are you doing? You can't even read.
How many
I don't know,
comments?
but watch. There's a bunch of them.
What did they say?
Ed Sheffield said, "What do you call a fly with no wings? A walk."
Oh, well,
So anyway, that Caleb knife, when I get the sheath made for it, it is going to be sent to the auction. That's a benefit auction. If y'all see the channel Hunting for Hookers, he has bought a knife from me. He has done reviews on my knife. He does a lot of videos. His wife has cancer, and they're doing auctions for benefit to raise money for them because y'all, cancer is a hugely expensive thing. It's more detrimental to somebody financially than it is physically. So they're raising money to try to help them out, which probably really, hey, stop. I can't think when you're showing out. Turn around and sit down. And they're raising money to help them. I'm going to send that Caleb knife. It is 1/8 of an inch thick.
yeah.
It's made out of that old saw blade, that thick saw blade. It's got micarta handles on it. Very good knife. It is. I have not sold one yet. So If you're interested in that knife, it's going to be shipped to that Dwayne is his name that's doing the auction. I don't know all the details. You'll have to go to like Hunting for Hookers. Get over there and sit down. Sit. You'll have to go to the Hunting for Hookers and get up with them. And it's, I think they're doing it on a Whatnot app. I don't know. I won't have anything to do with the auction. I'm just going to donate the knife to help them out, to let them raise money. So if you're interested in that knife, they're not for sale yet. You can't buy one from me yet. I'm just kind of waiting on things to see how I'm going to do it. I'm trying to finish out the orders that I have on my Jonah knives before I start pushing these other ones, because I have put a few knives on the Etsy store and they've been selling through there. The Caleb's, but they're out of the 332nd steel. I've not sold any knives yet out of the 1/8 inch thick metal. I'm testing it, seeing how I want to heat treat it, and I think I'm happy with what I got. I am using and abusing this survival knife, and I've been toting it for the last few days. I picked mushrooms with it today, which is easy to cut. I got it dull on a live. It wouldn't shave paper like I wanted. It didn't take me but a few seconds to whip it back into razor edge. So far I'm happy with it. But I was just going to give y'all a heads up on that. And if you're interested in trying to bid on that knife, it'll be on details probably on Hunting for Hookers page. It's his wife, but somebody else is actually doing the auction. I don't even know who. I think there's several YouTube channels involved. Rubidoux Creek Outdoors, I think he may know some stuff about it. You may can reach out for them. Let me see. I'm trying to catch back up with my comments here. Keith, when we find them pork loins on sale, I cut them into 1 inch, just about it thick pork chops, and I like doing them. They are excellent. Well, Glenn, we gonna keep making the Jonahs. The thing that I'm gonna do is actually improve them. I'm slowly trying to finish up the orders that I have placed without trying to advertise to take more orders. And I'm gonna transfer over to heat treating all of my knives. I think it's just a better insurance policy. And the reason I'm doing it, I said this the other day, but some of you may have missed it. The saw blades that I get from my dad over here, the ones that he uses, I've tried them, I've tested them, I've used them for years. I know what they'll do, I know what they'll take and hold up to, and they don't have to be heat treated. However, the masonry blades and some of the other steels that I'm getting now, because I'm running out of the blades that he's got, and he ain't far from probably retiring from what he does and not going to be using as many of those saw blades up. So I'm going to something else, so I've got to heat treat the other steel. So I'm going to just eventually start heat treating all knives so the price will reflect that. And the price change is a big difference because, you know, I don't want to have to give people an option with, do you want a heat treated knife or not a heat treated? It's better just to make them all heat treated at some point and be done with it. So at some point, I'm only adding probably to the knife about $30 or so for the process, and it's an improvement to the knife, I think. Now when I go up to the 1/8 of an inch steel, the price goes up some because this is old saw blades. I got a limited amount. Now if I ever go to buying like $10.95 blank steel from a company, I may can back the price back down. I don't know. We'll just have to see how that goes when that day comes. And I'm sure it will come in the future at some point. So we just playing things in a knife shop by ear. Just Jeff, you like that hat? Good hat. Good hat. I love Keith to use Italian dressing, marinating stuff. And then I've done videos on it before, I hadn't done one in a while, and we cooked 4 Boston butts and made pulled pork for Lissy's wedding last weekend. And I cooked 2 of them Boston butts this way. I take an aluminum pan and I put Dale's and Italian dressing in the bottom of that pan to set that Boston butt in there, season it down good with whatever seasoning you like. And I put it on the smoker and we let it cook about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how hot you're cooking. You just got to watch it. But when you start getting a good brown color and you start getting it starts to look like it's done as far as the edges, wrap that joker up, cook it about 2 or 3 more hours, wrapped up tight at about 250, 300 degrees. When you get through, you can just pull a bone out of it if it's got a bone. You know, some of them don't have a bone. But that salted, tasted Dale seasoning mixed with Italian dressing, man, I can just take that meat and sop it in that juice, and it is delicious. Now, everybody don't like the same thing, so, you know, it may not be your thing, but it is what I like. Glenn, I have never fooled with any aluminum. I really didn't know about heat treating it. One of the things that intrigues me is the fact that you can go through a process with clay and all and add carbon to a piece of steel. It's not worth it for me to try to do it to my knives just because, I mean, when you're making the product and selling it for a living, it changes the artistic thing. If I've got free time and I'm just doing this as a hobby and for art, then you can experiment with everything you want to. But when you're trying to sell a product to a person, you've got to keep some consistency in what you do. So that is one of the reasons I hadn't done it. But I do think I want to start making my own micarta for my scales. I realized, and I had somebody sent me a link to where you could find some, and I can find it here, there, and yonder. But I have already ordered the resin and the dye. I've got the scraps from my canvas TP, the drop cloth. I'm going to dye that stuff OD green color or whatever green it comes out to be with the dye ordered. And I'm going to attempt to start making my own micarta slab scales. So we will see how that process goes. May not work worth a flip. Might turn out excellent. But I want to do it myself. Everything that I can do, I want to do. But I want to be able to do something that I can repeat over and over and over and it be consistent. So,
are we supposed to add more rock salt to that?
Somebody said you will. I figured you need to
You
sprinkle
didn't
some right on
stir it
top.
up.
No, it'll melt and drizzle down in there.
No, it didn't.
The rock salt?
No, I'm talking about the chocolate and the whipped.
What's
topping.
it doing?
Well, the whipped topping's on top and the chocolate's still at the bottom. But it'll be all right. We'll mix it.
It'll mix, won't it?
It ain't mixing. The thing you don't turn on the inside. Just the silver bowl's turning, but that white thing that's down in there is not turning. It's not. It don't spin. It'll be all right.
It's supposed to spin. The white thing's supposed to spin.
Well, it's not turning.
Let me go check on this, y'all. You sit right here and talk to him. Let me go check and see. Yeah, that inside's got to spin.
Somebody say you need to keep eyes on top. Yes, Miss Sharon, I'm missing her. She's my baby. But I know she's happy. So I need to tell him the white thing ain't supposed to spin. I knew it wasn't. They said the white thing's not supposed to spin. But they said you need to keep eyes to the top. And that, it didn't make a whole lot of ice cream. Just using that half a gallon of chocolate milk. Glenn, we are making ice cream. But we had to move it in the house because it makes such a racket, and I wasn't going to, well, it's got the, you can use the hand turn thing too, but I wasn't going to do that. Yeah, we figured it out. I kind of knew it did. That white thing wasn't supposed to spin.
It's been a while. We made ice cream last year.
Maybe
a couple of times with that, huh?
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
We may have made it one time, but I don't think we did.
When did he send us that? Last year? I know we made ice cream twice. If I ain't mistaken.
I don't think we did.
Anyway, we ain't used one a whole lot. We had another one that we wore out at one point when we was in the trailer. Because I got the old bucket down there in the
Yeah,
shed.
well, that we used one time when we let it burn.
We used it several
I
times.
don't think we did. Something happened.
Let's not argue about it right now.
Something happened and the metal rusted and fell off of it.
Well, I can tell you what happened. That ice cream salt's what happened. Lord, Lord, Lord.
Randall Hayes said they had homemade peach ice cream at church today.
Mom,
What?
can you come and do it for me?
What do what?
He's doing the project.
Oh.
Can you do it?
No.
Please.
I will in a little bit when I come in.
Glenn, you can get you one of these hats from Joey at M4 Laser Works. Go get on Facebook, go to M4 Laser Works. I have shared links to it, so.
Cornbreads. Did you see his comment about the shirts on Etsy?
Yeah, and I'll have to get on there and look. Can you pull it up? The best thing to do is I have to go to Printify and look. I don't know. I have it ordered.
The tropical blue, I think, is the one that you have.
Yeah. I ordered one that's got the put them in the cooler on the back of it. So I don't know.
Let me see. I'm gonna go in there and look.
Christopher Childers said, I need to get a couple of custom pieces of pottery made. What is the best way to get in touch with you? How do you go about that? Email?
You can email me at southernmudpotteryms@gmail.com. We have our website. The website that you can order our pieces is www.southernmudpottery.net. You can go on there, and that's the pieces that we have that's available. I really don't do custom pieces, but you can go on the website and see. But the pieces that are on the website usually take at least 3 weeks to make. I'm a little behind because we had the wedding last week. So most everything on there is going to have to be made. So it's going to be a processing time of like 3 weeks and then a shipping time. So the tropical blue, it don't show the colors on
Samuel
there.
Pruitt said the sapphire is darker.
Yeah, the tropical is going to be that deep turquoise color. Like
The
yours.
tropical?
Mhm.
Yeah. If you've seen the videos where I've wore that blue shirt that's got put them in the cooler on the back, that is tropical blue.
This is the tropical blue. That one. That's tropical blue. And I think this one's going to be the sapphire blue.
That looks green on that screen.
Yeah, it's like a green color blue.
Yeah. Oh. Jimbo, the fishing has been horrible. I'll be honest with you. I've been wanting to fish so bad, and that's why you seen me go put the boat in the pond. I just wanted to try to catch some fish, so I went bass fishing. And the bass really didn't bite good. That pond, I hadn't bass fished it a lot in the last few years. There's another guy or two that bass fishes it some, and I think they keep everything that they catch. I ain't really a big fan of bass. I will eat bass early in the spring. February, March, into April, I'll eat bass, bullhead, we call them mudcat. Those fish I'll eat, but once that water starts getting hot like it is now, I don't care for them. I'll eat them if I got to. You know, if I'm camping out and I'm needing meat, I have no problem eating them. But I'm not going to just go catch them to cook just because. But the fishing is horrible. I'm thinking probably Monday we may strike out to Tombigbee. I had plans to go this week, and I just kept having stuff come up to do, and then we had storms started rolling in, and with the weather like that, I don't want to load Brody up and be on. If it was just me by myself, I'd probably go risk it. But I'm taking Brody to run jugs at Tombigbee, and I don't want him up there and it start lightning. We had a guy a couple of weeks back got killed on Ross Barnett Reservoir. Lightning struck the boat he was in, killed him. So, you know, it's not. I don't want to take that risk with him out there in the boat. So with all the rain, the only thing that's biting is catfish. And I've eat catfish, but we're going. Mr. David Barrier come by here today, and he's got a bayou or a swamp. It's sectioned off from the swamp. It is like a pond, but it looks like creeks is what it is. And he's dug in it and improved it, and that's where you've seen me trapping beavers and stuff. He's just recuperating from a knee surgery and wanting to go fishing, and we're probably going to take the War Eagle down there and put it in his backwater, and we're going to, me and him and Brody's going to crappie fish. We may do that tomorrow afternoon. We've got one service in the morning, and he's got a bunch of gar in that thing that he's wanting out. We may go down there. It's a lot cleaner than where we've been fishing, and see if we can catch these needle-nosed gar and work on figuring out how to get them to bite.
Hello. Hey. He's sitting out here. Justin's doing his live.
Brenda Joe, thank you. Good night. So I know y'all, I hadn't been able to call every name of everybody that has joined in. Thank all of you for tuning in and watching us. We really appreciate it. I realize that some of you got to get off and go to bed, do other things, and I do realize we an hour behind the East Coast. So I know some of y'all, it's already getting a little later over there. So, but thank all of you that have joined in. David Russian, I have not limb lined for brim. Now, I have caught some crappie that way. And I've seen people catching them on yo-yos and stuff. Darlena, you got your shirts? Midnight Coal Company, I have made a few special ones for people. I don't remember. And see, like y'all, when you buy a knife, your name's one thing, and then on here most everybody's running under a call sign, and it's hard for me to keep up with who's who and what. But anyway, good night, Miss Brenda. Nancy, we're going to get Brody figured out how to catch him gar. He likes to gar fish. Eventually, we're going to have us a boat that we can get up on the front of and do some bow fishing. And I say we got to have a boat. We got to have something with the lights up high where you can... Let me tell y'all what happened the other night. Y'all don't know nothing about this. We down there gar fishing, filming these 2 nights of gar fishing for that video that we did. And I had a headlight on. And I'm shining, where I can see what I'm doing. I'm keeping it off most of the time and running. We took the Polaris down there because I got them rear back lights on it. And I can flip them on and they don't really run the batteries down, and I was using them as work lights basically. And when we got over there trying to fish, we was about to catch it, getting a bite on the line, and I turned my headlight on, was over there fooling. I had a bug flew in my eye. And I'm talking about, y'all, my eye was messed up for about 3 days. We had to put antibiotic drops. I hate having to use a headlight. So that's why when I keep telling y'all about a boat, I want a center console boat with a canopy on the top for the sole purpose of putting them lights up there, shining down where I can see what I'm doing, and the bugs stay up there in those lights. Because with a headlight on, them bugs is flying in your face. And I'm going to tell y'all, that my eye was messed up. I couldn't hardly see out of it. It was matted up and draining and just nasty. So I ain't a fan of a headlight. No, you know, not they got their purpose, but we got so many bugs here. I mean, it is horrible. Jimbo, we want to do gar balls, but now we hadn't caught a big enough. I want to go somewhere where we can catch some of the long-nosed gar or the alligator gar. You know, they're just bigger. What we've got back here is spotted gar, and they average about this long. I mean, they just don't get very big. Thus, they have a very small mouth and very hard to catch. I did get some number 4 octopus hooks today that are very small. Well, I got them the other day. We're going to try them, but I've got a different... I'm tell y'all what I'm fixing to try. I'm fixing to either get me some cheesecloth or some gauze and wrap my cut bait in that gauze so when they grab it, their teeth's hung in there, and have that secured to my hook in a way that they caught. That way, when he bites and runs, I ain't got to sit there and wait for him to swallow it. Because, y'all, I let them gars swim for a couple of minutes. And most everybody else I'm watching catching regular green, the big green gar, they letting them go 20 seconds is it. Richard Jean was catching, we watched him catch them the other day with a hook, and I've seen him do it with a rope, but now he was catching them on a hook the other day. He let them run 10 seconds or something, he said. And I know I let these run a minute, and you pull it, man, they just let go and the bait flies out. So these particular gar are a little different and a little harder to catch because they're so small. So we gonna figure it out. Yeah, Glenn, you can eat the alligator gar. In fact, they say the alligator gar is better. That is what most everybody in South Louisiana makes gar balls out of. And I don't know what the deal is with the gar balls. I'm assuming you could probably make that out of any of the meat, but I'm not sure if it's like bowfin where it starts turning mushy or something after it's dead a while. You see, bowfin, the grinnell I catch, technically it's a bowfin. When that fish dies, the meat starts breaking down and deteriorating, basically. And if you put water on it, it just speeds that up. And that is why I keep just telling everybody don't put water on it. You can get away with putting water on it and rinsing it off if you got your grease hot and you're ready to cook. And you rinse it off and then cut it up and get it in cornmeal pretty quick. I usually cut mine up into nuggets and throw it in an ice cream bucket after I've wiped that fillet down with a paper towel and bring it home in an ice cream bucket with a lid on it, and it'll ought to be another hour before I cook. So that is why I don't put any water on mine. So the gar, I'm not sure if they break down. These spotted gar, me and Brody put them fillets in the refrigerator for a while, and they never started deteriorating. So I really can't answer a lot of all that, but I do know that they eat those alligator gar. I know that for a fact. And I heard somebody else tell me, in fact, Mr. David Barrier was telling me, the eggs out of a gar is poisonous or toxic or whatever. And they say that he was telling me right now the gar are laying eggs all in them bushes down there, and he's wanting to get in there and scoop them out and get them out of his pond to keep them from raising more gar. But the frogs or nothing, they say, will eat the gar eggs. They don't have a predator, and it's because of their toxins in their belly. So That is why when you clean them, you cut the back off and haul the two tenderloins out of the back, and you really never cut into the belly cavity. So Sharon Davis, we will continue to pray for Mike. Good to hear that he's starting to walk, though. That is good news. Mickey, it's going to be a little while before I get the survival knife up for sale, just because I'm thinking that I'm going to make my own micarta handles. I've got some micarta coming. The first I'd ordered is on back order. I don't know when I'll get it. So I'm going to wait till it comes in, but I have ordered the resin and the dye to dye my canvas. At some point that I get started making my own handles and I get some ready to put on a knife, most likely what will happen is this knife will get made and go onto the Etsy store. And let me ask y'all this. Being that I have put the ferrule rod on mine and I have put the knife sharpening stone, do y'all think that I should go ahead and include in the price and all and send it with a ferrule rod and with a sharpening stone included with a knife package, have it all where it's ready to strap on and go and it's got those items with it? I think that would be a good deal. It'll add to the price of the knife because, I mean, obviously I'll have to cover all of that, but I just think it would help. I mean, I just think it should have it. What do y'all think? What are y'all's thoughts on that with that knife?
Good night, Brian.
Dennis the Menace said, Roscoe, they like to see you.
Yeah, and I got him, made him get out of his chair.
Yeah, he was up there laid down just having him a good old time, wasn't he? Yeah. This iPad is very slow at charging. I guess because I'm streaming with it. Martin, yeah, we washed this one out the last time we used it. It looks practically brand new still.
What?
Mickey, I think it needs it all. We'll just have to see. Whenever I get one, first thing is I'll get on Amazon and different places, and I'll see what some of these little diamond stones, because you just need a small little diamond stone to put in that sheath to touch a blade up. I'll see what I can get the rods, because I don't think it would increase the price dramatically. I mean, it's going to be over $300 most likely when you get done with it all together. Because of the length and the size, and it might not be. I really hadn't sat down and put pen to paper on what I'm going to do with it. It's going to be close to it, though, I figure. So you're going to be looking at close to $300 for the knife. I need to look at some of the other guys that's making these bigger knives like this. And the reason is I'm filing the saw in, I'm filing the gut hook in, all of that is just hand done. So we'll see what the cost is, and it may be one of them deals that I can afford to just include it with it and eat it and not make it affect the price. We'll see. Because it really, for me, it's not about, hey, let's see how much we can get for something. That really ain't the purpose for me. Because, I mean, most of the time I send it to you, and then you're going to turn around and buy a ferrule rod and buy a stone, something to, you know. I just like being able to, hey, if I'm out in the woods for 3 or 4 days and all of a sudden I've had to chop trees down with it, and then, I got to skin this pig I just caught. Well, you know, maybe I want to touch my But I've got some ceramic things that we got out of the kiln, but they round and they big and they bulky. I like thin and flat. And I've tried to make some out of clay, and I wasn't successful doing that. They kept warping. Remember us making them knives sharpening? And I may have, one day I may figure out how to make them out of the ceramic, and because I got the kiln to do all of it with. Maybe I'm trying to make them too big. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Probably need to do a low fire. A low fire or something wouldn't warp as bad, would it? What are you doing? Re-editing your video?
No.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at.
She's trying to figure out why her video won't upload. I have to help her figure it out after a while. What's that ice cream look like, Brody?
It may be time to turn it off. I don't know.
Well, it ain't gonna get thick and hard.
It's still going.
It's still going.
Is it done?
I don't know.
I'm gonna check if it's done.
You have to stick your finger way off down in there. No, don't do that. You be stuck your finger in there to come on and wrap your arm all around that thing down in there. Have you twisted up like a pretzel?
My good check.
I'm fishing too.
It's been running for 5,600 hours.
5,600 hours?
No, 5010.
Oh, me.
I mean 1152.
Let me go see.
I'm ready for a bowl of that ice cream myself. It's actually not gonna be ice cream, y'all. This is the Wendy's smoothie. It is actually a smoothie. So it shouldn't. He was waiting on that, wasn't he? You all right? You know that.
It's a frosty, not a smoothie.
Huh?
A frosty.
Frosty. There you go. Frosty. Randall Hayes, I got 3 squash plants. One I had 4 and one of them died, but now I have got some young ones that finally sprouted and are coming up. I mean, just out of the blue boom, they started coming up. I even got some late cucumbers finally sprouted. I quit fighting all the mess. But yes, we have picked 2 or 3. We hadn't. This year's been, which my mom and them have got some stuff. If I need some produce, I can go get my hands on it. My mom and them's got a good bit of stuff, and theirs is doing fairly well. But now what I done is I wasn't able to get in the garden and see after nothing, and I fooled around, and I never did get no granulated ain't poison, and squash bugs killed one of my plants. But now I bought some, and I have put the granulated ain't poison out. I hadn't lost another one since, so. And I get people, they keep arguing, I don't put poisons in my garden. Well, you know, I get sick of fighting stuff. I don't have no problem. I don't like to spray liquid poison after I've got fruit on something. That is why I went to the granulated, so that it would fall to the ground and it would deter the bugs. Plants do not leach up harmful chemicals enough to do you harm. That plant itself is a filter. It will filter all that stuff out. There's nothing to a harmful level is going to be in the fruit of a plant by it leaching it out of the ground through the roots. I've read up on it. They have done a lot of testing on that. And some people swear that it will. They believe it, but it don't. I've been eating out of gardens like that my whole life, and it. Uh-oh, I see her coming with a. Oh, I hope you rinsed that glass out.
I did.
All right.
Why?
I just grabbed one the other day. I was gonna drink milk out of it, and it had it was like dust in the bottom of it piled up. Oh, y'all, that's good now. I ain't gonna lie about it. Y'all. We may put Walmart out of business. Prairie Farms is just gonna eat your heart out. The time you buy rock salt, a gallon of milk, 2 cans of sweet condensed milk, a bowl of whipped cream. Yeah, you'd cheaper to buy you a bucket of ice cream, I tell you. But I can tell you this, it ain't as good as this is. It's melting mighty fast, as hot as it is. It's so hot down here, you gotta eat your ice cream with both hands. Mmm. Ho, ho, ho. Doing the sing at the church, Miss Nancy, was a good deal. Maybe one day I get to hear you sing and play. Yeah, we washed our ice cream buckets tonight. Or today, so I had fish in them and we've had to wash them all out. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
She's standing over there. Roscoe stole her chair. You have to get you a nutting and put over here behind us. Roscoe said that was his spot. He's the star of the show.
You can't have
You got
chocolate.
anything to say? I done drizzled it all down my chin. Raymond Rogers, yeah, we got to drink ice cream around him. Mike, I was thinking about coffee earlier. I really have. I've had it on my mind. And let me tell y'all this. When I shut all this down, I still got to film just in time. I never managed to get around to getting it filmed today. I've had it on my mind. I've been thinking about it. I cut grass for a little while today, so I had plenty of time to pray and think about what I was going to talk about. But I ain't got time to film it yet. Oh, that was good, y'all. I'll be making that again one of these days. I had to wait on my funds bill back up. We'll have to be taking donations before we make that again. What do we have in that tube of ice cream? She's got it all down her shirt. They can't see. I ought to turn the camera around. She's got ice cream dripping all the way down.
I'm done.
You done with yours? I'm done with mine. G, cheers with both hands.
I also drank it out of my cup.
I did too. I turned it up, just
Ray,
sucked it down.
You had your half gallon of chocolate milk.
That was about what, $3?
Or 4? Yeah, about $3.
That bucket of Cool Whip was $4 and something. $5. Yeah.
It was $1 and something, I thought.
No.
3.
It was $3. A good $3. Right at $4. You might as well say $4 time you paid the tax on it. Yeah. How much that sweet and condensed milk? It was about $2 and something a can, wasn't it? We had over $20 in that bucket of ice cream. Rock salt, which you get to use it again if we carry it in and keep it in the house. I had a
bag of ice we bought.
$3 bag of ice. It ain't cheaper, but it's gooder. Alicia, Anything she eats, she gets it all over her shirt. I give her a hard time, but I'll tell you this, she's a good cook now. I can cook, but she's a good cook. You know what I'm saying? She's a better cook than I am. I know how to cook, and if I was on my own, I'd be fine. You know, a lot of folks get on their own, figure out, hey, I don't know how to eat. I'm about to go eat fast food. I know how to cook, feed myself and all, but I ain't never even really tried to make biscuits because she does a good job. I don't have no desire to make. I do want to learn because I want to make them. And I got this idea about biscuits. I want to be able to make biscuits camping. So I have played with this idea of biscuits in a Ziploc bag where you put all the ingredients in a Ziploc bag and then you can kind of and dough it up and then pull it out and make. I've been toying with this idea, you know, so you can take biscuits camping with you. And I don't do canned biscuits. I know you can buy a tube of canned biscuits and stick them in a backpack, go camping, cook. We ain't doing that. I'd rather buy the bag of froze biscuits and take my chances with them. Alicia, you ain't wrong. I wipe it everywhere. Thank you, Glenn McDaniel. This week alone, y'all, I have gotten several reports, emails, messages from different people that thanking me for doing the Just in Time series and how they can relate to the way I present things. And I can only say this: it is God and the Holy Spirit speaking through me, because I don't sit down and try to read the Bible and try to dissect it out and figure. I pray about things and I let God talk to me. And usually, like today, I was thinking about a topic. I was thinking about something. It's just a simple couple of scriptures, and I could see in those couple of scriptures a prime example of loving Jesus Christ and what he meant, you know, and that's what I'm going to try to share. And I word it in a way that I understand it. And I think that's what makes it relatable. Instead of me trying to word it as the Bible says it, well, you know, we're already lost on that. Some people are. And so I try to just follow that spirit inside of me. You have to learn to trust that. But you also have to be able to identify what is the spirit and what is my human flesh and my carnality. So you can't let the two mix. You got to keep that separated. So that probably is more of the trick for a lot of people. But anyway, I just had a lot of people thanking me for doing it. And y'all, it thrills my soul to know that people's lives are being touched by God, not by me, by God, through an effort of something that I'm doing. And I'm thankful to be used by God Almighty. There's nothing that tops that. There's no success story better than being able to look somebody in the eye and say, God used me. God is working through what I'm doing. That's the top. It don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter what all you accumulate, what kind of wealth you got. All that stuff don't matter. What?
I cut my tongue.
You licking in that can again? Well, don't do it. Go in yonder. You need to go turn that shirt around. You got it on backwards.
I cut my tongue.
You want me to cut the rest of it off?
Yeah.
Well, let's get rid of it. It won't hurt no more if we cut it all off. You know, pull it out there and let's chop it off. All right, go over and let me finish talking to these people. Leave him alone. He done had sugar. Get in the house. Get in the house. He's bouncing off the walls now. Little dab of sugar will do him. No, don't mess with that dog. In the house. In the house. He's bouncing. I don't have to get a bell. But anyway, Brody, inside. Jeffrey Gray, how are you tonight? Miss Jenny Bear, one of the prime examples to know if somebody genuinely has the Spirit is, do they really love other people? I ain't talking about, hey, do they pet on people? Do they justify everything? But do they really love them in a way that, hey, I want to help them? Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. And you know, I do a lot for me that I might not do for other people. But if I love God's people, it ain't about who they are, what color they are, where they come from, whatever. I want to help them. It don't mean that I justify everything they do, because a lot of people come with a lot of baggage. They got a lot of wrong. They got a lot of things in their life that is unlike God. So just take for an example, I love the drug addict. I don't love the drugs he does. I don't agree with it. I'm going to discourage him from doing it. I'm going to tell him, don't you bring that mess to my house. There's rules, there's things. I don't want you in. If you get in my truck, don't you bring that mess in your pocket and get in my truck. I mean, there's just boundaries. And it's like that with everybody. So just because you say, don't bring them drugs around me, don't come to my house while you messed up on drugs, don't mean that you don't love that person and want to help them and try to do things to help them get straightened out and get a better life. And that is how you can tell, are you trying to actively help these people in a real way that's genuine and going to leave a lasting. Handing them $5 ain't loving them. You more than likely contributing to their downfall. So, I think that's one of the things that you can look at people if they, I'm never going to tell somebody that, hey, you can't come to church like this. If they come in there and start causing chaos and they come in there and start disrupting and you know what I mean? But they're welcome to come, even if they're gay, even if they're a drug addict, even if they're an alcoholic, even if they walk up smelling like alcohol. If they're not staggering around and just causing a scene, by all means, come on in, And that level of love for people and wanting to help people, because there's a lot of times throughout my day, if I'm in town, I stop talking to people. And there's a lot of times it's not people that watch Spirit of the Outdoors. It's just some old guy on the street that and the Amazon lady pulled up here the other day. And we was the last house on the route, and she was like, can I use your bathroom? I said, by all means, come on in. My wife was here. It wasn't just me. I would not have let her come in had I been here by myself, because that, just too much that could go wrong. But me and my wife were both here, and she come, that's love. You don't know these people, but you help people. And I think that is the evidence of the Spirit, really and truly. And I see that in a lot of people. I see it throughout life. But on the flip side of that, you see a lot of people that can call themselves Christians, and they're not doing anything for anybody else. They're not really trying to help anybody else. Their idea of loving them is, y'all come to our church, but you don't really do anything to try to help them become better people. So it's just the way I see it. Don't mean that it's probably exactly right, but good night, Glenn. Thank you for joining in with us tonight. You've been fishing all day, Jeffrey. Did you catch anything? We've had so much rain, our water gets wacky when we don't get to just fish when we want to around here no more. We had to, in fact, y'all, the perfect fishing was last Friday and Saturday, and I had wedding stuff going on, so I missed the best fishing days. Cajun Holiday, yes, my just-in-time generally comes out Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. I usually go ahead and turn it on early. Most of my videos I try to put out at noon, lunch, somewhere up in the middle of the day or later in the afternoon, so that people getting off work, it catches the algorithm better. But now, my just-in-time videos are not geared to attract attention or get views or any of that. So I put them out early in the morning so that people getting ready to go to church, whatever, if they sitting there drinking their coffee, they can already go ahead and watch it. And you know, and then, you know, people, there's a lot of them that don't go to church. You watch it whenever, but I try to go ahead and put it out early in the morning for that reason. Jeffrey, that's the first time you've gotten to go fishing? What is the holdup? If it was where I could, I'd fish at least 3 times a week. But now, weather this year has not been. Y'all, I don't ever remember in my life a spring that has been this wet. Now, we have not had like devastating flooding. I remember years and years ago, we've had some floods here, like it rained so much the water got up high here. There was marks on some of the trees down there where the swamp got up, like way up. I don't remember, but we've just had a consistent, I mean, every time it just about drives the boom, we hit again, so. Mike, are you gone? Oh, John's leaving. I'm with you. Good night, John. Yeah, Jeff, I can't help it. When I get my belly full and now I need that ice cream, usually when I hit that ice cream, my mind automatically kicks in and goes, all right, it's time, boys. We're going to take it easy now. Oh, man, Jeffrey, I did not know you had had surgery. I really did not know that. I seen your son the other day. He was at church with your in-laws, and and I guess your daughter was there too, if I remember correctly. Fished inshore for a bit, caught some Spanish mackerel, then headed offshore, caught some red snapper. Hey, anytime you catch something, that's good. Jeff, the stick ball is generally somewhere 1st of July. We got about 2 weeks or so. Somewhere in July they start gearing up, and it'll be at the Choctaw. I won't share all of it, but I will share a video or 2 of it. And what it is the Choctaw Nation, and this is the Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians, and they have a reservation. There's actually a couple of small reservations, but the main big reservation out just west of Philadelphia, it is Choctaw, Mississippi. And they have a fair every year. And at that fair, they have their stickball tournaments, and they stream them on YouTube, or did last year. And I sort of know, I hadn't really personally talked to him in a long time, but Chief Cyrus Ben, and he shared them on his page, and that's where I shared them from. But I think I have the YouTube channel saved that they ran them on last year. So the stickball is a lot like lacrosse. I don't really know anything about lacrosse. I know everything about stickball, and I say everything. I know what I have watched is it. I would really like to go out there, and I may do it this year, go out there and actually watch a live game. And I'm going to tell y'all, they're not like, it's rough, but they're not like purposely whacking each other with a stick. I'm sure it happens some, but it ain't like they just beating each other's stick. But it is a physical, I mean, they run over each other. It's tough. And they ain't no pads. They ain't no nothing. It's fun to watch. It really is. And I enjoy watching the stickball. Jimmy said he got to go get ice cream now. Good deal. Hey, ice cream is where it's at in the summertime. I'm just going to tell you. I'll do some dieting. I probably ain't cutting out ice cream. I mean, I had a fella the other day at church, my neighbor down the road. He told me, he said, "Doctor told me no more biscuits." He said, "I don't know if I'm going to make it or not." I said, they might as well pay my funeral bill up if they tell me no more biscuits. Which we don't eat biscuits every day here. I'm not one of those, breakfast is one of them hit or miss things for us. I like breakfast. We don't always, I get up and drink my coffee. I'll head to the knife shop. If she's going to cook biscuits, and I'm going to eat 2 or 3. But I don't know why well, I do know why I'm sleepy. But we don't eat biscuits every day. So, yeah, a lot of people, they think, well, you get biscuits every morning. I don't. I don't need biscuits every morning. I don't. I probably would be. And I'm already out of shape. I have got to get a little more diligent about getting this weight off of me. I'm not comfortable. I'm not like unhealthy, I don't think. I'm not near about as healthy as I need to be, I'll say that. But I still think right now I could get it under control if I try, because the older you get, the harder it is to do. So I need to get on top of that. With Jeffrey, them kids, they in good hands up here. Good night, Charlie Pickerel. The Great Outdoors, I got this shirt off of, I got it on Amazon. I will link this shirt at some point in a video. I'll wear it in a video and link it. I just thought it was cool. It's got Uncle Sasquatch running off with a gremlin. Oh Lord, Uncle Sasquatch got him a gremlin, and I got it on the shirt. It needs to say Uncle Sasquatch Outdoors on it. Kathy Deals, I think that probably the Cherokee probably play the same game the same way. I mean, as far as rules, I think it's probably the same thing. And yeah, it's interesting. It's exciting. It's like constant action. It's a lot like, I guess, hockey or basketball would be. You know, I can't watch baseball because there's way too much standing around scratching going on. It's just, I don't know, it's not fun for me. football is action packed for a few minutes, but there's a lot of standing around in football. If you want to know the truth, basketballs. I used to watch a little basketball, but I never watched a lot of it, and now I don't really watch any sports at all. So. Cajun Holiday, thank y'all. Jimmy and Roxanne, good to know y'all, and thank you for tuning in, and good night. Y'all have a good one. Hook me up with them garballs recipe. We need some of y'all that's got that to get that to, cause me and old Brody gonna have us some gar for long. We're gonna figure that out. John Thomas, getting old ain't for the weak. It really ain't. Getting old is a cruel trick life plays on people. And we're all experiencing it. Some of us just don't admit it. I mean, even if I ain't getting old yet myself, and I guess it's in your own personal terminology as to what old is, but I watch my dad. My dad is 81 this year, and I asked him today, I said, Dad, you want to go fishing with us Monday? I said, we probably going to go to Tom Bigby and put the jugs out, let Brody run jugs. He said, no, I'd just be in the way. And I said, no, you wouldn't. I said, all you got to do is sit in the boat. I said, you ain't got to do nothing. No, I better stay here. And you know, I wish he would go, but he don't. He's 80 years old. He don't feel like I don't know if he don't feel like he wants to go, or I don't know. But I can't make him go. But it's tough when you watch people that have been your heroes all through life, and all of a sudden you start seeing where they can't do the things they used to do. So yeah, you're right. Getting old is not for the faint of heart. It's you got to mentally be prepared to deal with it. Cutting up with Creech, thank you. See you on the flip side. Banana Ball is where it's at. Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Happy Father's Day. RD2, I had to check that out. Banana Ball. Robert Getty, I blew somebody's mind the other day. They was talking about that. Well, it's better than being dead, basically. I was like, well, if a doctor comes to you and says, look, you got this terminal disease, and we need to do this, and this, and in your best case scenarios, you're still gonna be sick, but you'll live. And I said, okay, so you telling me you're going to juggle sick and feeling miserable in paradise with Jesus Christ? That ain't a hard choice for me. Am I the only one that looks at it like that? I love life here. I don't want to leave. I'm living the dream, y'all. I enjoy my life. We ain't got a whole lot, but I've figured out how to do what I like to do and be able to get by on it. I'm happy. I'm happy. I got my dog, I got my wife, I got my young'uns, I got a knife shop, I got all of y'all. I got everything I could ask for. But, if you're sick and miserable and struggling with stuff, and your best case, and then you're going to compare that to paradise with Jesus Christ. That's not a hard decision for me. So. I look at things a little differently, though. Cajun Holiday, you finally got it out, didn't you? I got them thumbs that don't hit the right. I do my best editing after I hit send. And I go, oh, I gotta edit that. Yeah, John, that's the way I'm looking at it. It ain't hey that I don't like life here. I mean life's wonderful. I wanna be here for the long term. I feel like I got a lot of work to do here for Jesus Christ. But you know, if it comes down to, hey, are you going to spend a fortune and leave your family with a bunch of bills and all of that, medical expenses, to try to live another year or so, I'm not going to fight it, I don't think. Now, I will say this. You can't never sit down and say what I'm going to do if that was me, because until a doctor looks you in the eye and says, hey, you got this, only then will you know what your response to it will be. I mean, it's like, you know, facing the loss of a loved one. You can't say how I would react to it. That's why I don't criticize people that have lost wives, husbands, kids, parents, and say, oh, well, they shouldn't do this, or they ought to let go, or they ought to. Because until I'm faced with that, I don't know how I will react to it. I like to think, though, right now that I am more prepared to go meet Jesus, that I'm not going to fight it and not be afraid of death. Don't mean I want to go right now, but now there was a time in my life I was deathly afraid to die, and it was because my heart wasn't right.
Come on.
Cornbread, when you got a plan to put your socks on, it's tough, ain't it? Usually by the time I get through finding my socks, I'm too give out then to put them on. Did you find your video and figure it out?
Well, I took some of it off. The one that wouldn't download, the one that I cooked. I was made a video, and I made a video a couple of weeks ago of making corn dip, and it went to the cloud. It's saved to the iCloud. But I went to put the video together today of that and the goldfish pond. I did some pottery working. I just put it all together, and it would never load to YouTube. And it come to find out it was because the video where I made the corn dip a couple weeks ago was saved to the cloud, and it wouldn't download right. So I just took it out and did the rest of the video, so y'all could see a little bit about what I've been doing.
Yep.
I hated to just throw that other video away. I'm trying to rock him like a baby, but he's uncomfortable.
Well, see, Robert, that's what my point was, is we only think of death, and death is nothing but a doorway. I don't even view death as anything but a doorway. And so it's either life here or in with Jesus Christ. And that's the reason I say that, because nobody thinks of it that way. Everybody is just like, death, I'm gone. Well, you know, when you step through that doorway, you don't know you're gone. You know that, hey, I am somewhere new. That's the mentality you gotta. And nobody looks at it that way. I say nobody. Most people don't. And I ain't criticizing them for it. I'm just trying to help people to stop and think of it a little bit differently.
Is everybody else's dog shedding? Roscoe, he's shedding bad.
We went to a lady's house the other day, and her dog I was sitting there petting her dog, rubbing him, scratching him behind the ears and all. He was loving it. But he was a long-haired dog, and it was just coming off in mats. Roscoe, same way. While we were we locked him in the house all day, Friday? We had wedding prep going on. We were working on stuff, and then all day Saturday, he stayed locked in there again. He was out some Friday.
But yeah.
The day of the wedding, he was locked up all day. So he was on the bed in the bedroom, And I mean, that top sheet or blanket was covered with dog hair.
We have a comforter on our bed, and I try to keep another comforter, like a quilt, on top of it, so he don't ruin my good comforter. But the one that was on top of my comforter, it was just covered in dog hair.
But it's hot here, and I'm sure that triggers something within the animals to start getting rid of extra insulation. So, Chris said his dog is shedding bad.
I gave Lucky some beef fats. I cooked hamburgers the other day, and I drained some of the grease off. I gave Lucky some of that to try to shine her coat. I need to get on some fish oil.
Jeff asked a good question. Do you think there is fishing in heaven? You know, I really don't have an opinion of what heaven is, and I'll tell you why. Number one, the Bible says that we won't be marrying and giving in marriage, because he told us that they was asking about the woman that had 7 different husbands, that the brothers kept dying and she kept marrying another one, and whose wife would you be? And God told us that you don't understand that you're not going to have a wife or a husband in heaven. They're not going to be married up there. So there's going to be a lot of things just totally different. But the big thing is the Bible says that eye hath not seen, ear hath not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man. So, you know, if I had what I can picture right now as my idea of heaven, or what I would like, give me a cabin out on the backside of somewhere. I would love to have my family around, if that be a thing. Obviously, with the Bible, it's not. But some mountains and a lake and plenty of land to just ramble around in and look. And you know, if I'm not gonna need to kill animals and stuff to eat, I mean, I'd let me take pictures. Let me walk around with a camera and photograph the landscape and the animals and the birds and the flowers, and just walk around and take it in. And then, you know, I don't know. Alicia Stringer will be praying for you. Been feeling bad about 2 months, so yeah, you fighting with something. We will be praying for you. Jeff, that is what the Bible says. He won't really. It says we'll know as we're known, but he told them people they was asking in heaven whose wife would the woman be, and he said you won't be married in heaven. So, you know, I don't know. Bible says it ain't even entered into our heart the way things is going to be and what he's got prepared for us. And so I guess we really all in for a surprise, if you want my opinion. I don't think we're going to be in just this big city boxed up and you know, I mean, I don't know. I figure it's going to be good, because look at the nice place he's created for us here, and this is his footstool. I mean, this is what he wipes his feet on, so I'm excited. I'm going to find out. I'm going to go up there and see. That's what I'm going to do. I'm making all the arrangements that I can go and find out what he's made. Yeah, Miss Alicia, I hope I get to walk on them too. I really, I wouldn't care if there's dirt roads up there myself. It wouldn't matter to me not one bit, cause that. But yeah, if that's what he's got up there, I want to walk on them. Chris said he wanted to see game birds and beagles running. And you know, I'm for everybody having whatever makes them happy. I told somebody here not long ago, we were talking about life, and I said, find something to do that you enjoy what you're doing every day. Don't worry about how much money it pays. Don't worry about how you make a living doing it. Find something that when I get up in the morning, I'm not dreading going to work. Because if I get up in the morning and I'm dreading going to what I got to do all day, I don't care if they paying me $500 a day or $1,000 a day to do it. It ain't worth it. If you're miserable, what is that on the screen? There's a bug crawling on the camera. Y'all see that? I'm serious. Get off of there, you. He wanted to be the star of the show. But anyway, find something to do that you enjoy, because it's going to become a job. There's going to be days of that you're not happy with it. But like me making knives, at least when I'm pressured up and I'm like, I got to get this done and I got 10,000 other things need doing too, at least while I'm there working on the knife, I'm not like miserable doing it. I enjoy it. I can sit down and go, well, I just got to do this, you know. And I'm for everybody. Everybody's not going to like the same things I like. I want you to get to do whatever you enjoy. If you like fishing, if you like hunting, if you like going to a gym and lifting weights, if you like playing ball, whatever it is, as long as it ain't bothering nobody else or hurting nobody else, I want you to find whatever makes you happy and do all of it you can stand to do. That's just the way I see it. Most everybody thinks that everybody ought to like what they like and do things the way they want to do it. And I do what you like. Look at him, he opened that door and went in.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done. Roscoe opened the door and went in.
He's going to get in the bed.
John said you could hear it.
They're tough out here, ain't they?
Bobby, I start the live at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So we usually run about 2 hours. So we're running a little over 2 hours now. We started at 7, so it's really about time to kind of wind everything down. Chris, I've been through that. I enjoyed metal roofing when I was doing it. I did it for, I think actually the roofing part I did about 8 years. I think for 4 years I worked with the same company, and I'm over here working with my dad doing the metal trusses. We welded and all of them, and that's where I got started wearing the do-rags, because I had to tie them on there. I didn't like that welding helmet on my head, on my hair. But anyway, after doing the metal roofing for 8 years or so, I couldn't do it no more. The last year, it literally about killed me. I had, about 4 heat strokes that last year, and I was suffering from cat scratch fever and all of that through the heat of the summer, and I about died. And I told them, I was like, this is my last year doing this. And she was fooling with pottery, and that's when I started trying to make pottery. And we were doing all right with the pottery. But I stood out there one day doing the pottery, and it was over in the fall of the year. I was wanting to be working on my hunting stuff. I wanted to go hunting. I was wanting to be loading black powder and doing all the fall stuff that you want to do in the fall time of year. And I'm standing there making pottery, and we got Christmas orders that we got to swamped with trying to get out so that we can pay our bills. I was just standing there talking to the Lord. And I said, Lord, I am thankful for pottery. I'm thankful I am not metal roofing anymore. I'm thankful that I'm home with my family. I went down the list of everything that, I like doing pottery. Lord, I'm thankful I can work right here at the house. But I was like, Lord, this is not what my heart's in. This ain't what I want to do from now on. I want to work on my knives. I want to do my videos. I want to do all that stuff. And you know, the next spring was tough. We just about was about to not be able to pay our bills. Phones dying. And I realized God was pushing me into the knife business that I asked for. What do you need?
I'm watching Outdoor Boys on your name.
Outdoor Boys on my channel?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm watching their old ones. Hey, why'd they quit?
He said that he was going to spend time with his family. How'd you know he quit?
I told him.
Oh. There's plenty of videos that you ain't seen. He's got plenty for you to watch. He likes Outdoor Boys. And I liked them too. He made good videos.
All right, come on, let's go see what's going on with your belly button.
Maybe one day we can go see them.
Robert, there ain't no telling. I wasn't paying no attention when I was out there. I do know they was a dirt dauber kept trying to mess around. That's probably what it was. Mud dauber or dirt dauber. Randall Hayes, I always thought cat scratch fever was just a song until I contracted it from a cat tore the inside of my finger right there. And man, after about the third night of running fever, it got up to 103. I was like, all right, I got to have some relief from this. I mean, I was getting up going to work the next day. Had to get away from that. Butterfly Farms, thank you for joining in tonight. Cornbread, I don't blame you. And you know, everybody's got to make a living. Everybody don't get to make a choice to do what they want to do. It takes some diligent planning. You can't do it overnight. You have to think ahead, kind of plan things out. I spent 14 years of my life living in a little single-wide trailer, paid for, taking my money and paying off other stuff. The 8 years of alcoholism is what set me back further than I should be. I should be way ahead of where I'm at, but 8 years of my life I sat and did nothing. Drinked up every extra dollar there was. I paid my bills now. I did keep paying off stuff. So it didn't really set me way back, but I didn't have that motivation and drive that I have now, and I come in every day and did nothing. The place growed up. I worked all day, and then when I got home, I sat in the shed and drank beer. That was it. I mean, that's all I did. But it takes planning ahead and knowing, hey, I need to pay off I need a good vehicle. I need a place to live, and you know, work at getting everything paid for. So when I sobered up, I started building this house, and I was going to buy a double-wide trailer, and I came out here, and after they was fixing to rook me is what they was going to do, $75,000 trailer, I was going to wind up paying $210,000 for, and I was like, I ain't paying that much interest. That man looked at me and he said, you're going to pay interest no matter what you do. And I said, that's where you're wrong, buddy. And I walked out of there. He would not give me my $7,500 down payment check back. He said, I'll hold on to this. You go think about it. And then I said, that's fine. I walked out the door, told my wife, I said, call the bank, stop payment on check number X, whatever it was. We stopped payment on that check, come to the house. She said, what you gonna do? I said, I ain't buying no house from him. I said, he can have that. I said, I ain't doing that. I come to the house and I thought about it for about 2 weeks. She drove up one day. I was out here hammering pegs in the ground. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm fixing to build a house. Right here? I said, yep, I'm fixing to build a house. How are you going to build it? I said, I'm just going to build it. And I did. I paid for saved up money, and we didn't have a lot of bills. My truck was paid for. I think at that time we were paying on her vehicle. She may have had a paid for vehicle at the time. I think she did. Yeah, she had a little Honda car. It was paid for. Oh no, we had bought the Nissan that Lissy's driving now, and we were making payments on it. They were about $400 and something a month. Yeah. So we had that, and then I had a motorcycle payment. I was paying on that Harley Davidson, $300 and something, and I think that was the only two payments we had, other than light, water, basic stuff like that. And we saved up money, and I bought the post, the metal trusses, put them up. Bought the purlins, put them on, and it sat here for about, 6 months while we saved up money again. I got enough money, I put the metal roof on it, insulation and all the metal, so I had a roof. When I got that roof on there, I started collecting and buying some boards, and I started forming up, and I formed everything, got it ready, and then we started buying all the plumbing stuff, and I bought all of it. It wasn't that much. We put the plumbing down for the slab, and I started saving again. I got enough money to put the slab down. When I got that done, we put the slab in. Then I started saving money for the boards, and I bought 2 bundles of 2x4s, and I framed everything in there. And after that, it started picking up pace and going. And then when we got the wall, which I used a lot of reclaimed stuff, and I bought all the metal to go around the outside. It was about $2,000 or $3,000, and I bought that. And then the inside, I bought a trailer of wood that was in an old barn, and started putting that. And I mean, I built every bit of it myself, so there wasn't no financing to take up money. There wasn't no labor to have to pay. I did it all, so that kind of planning, and then here I sit now with a house that's paid for. So making those steps like that and putting forth the effort into all of that, I mean, there's a lot of work went into it, allowed me to be able to live the life I'm living now and not be overwhelmed with bills, to where, hey, I want to take a gamble on starting a knife shop, and can I make a living selling knives? Well, you know what? If I had 2 brand new vehicles and a house payment, along with everything else I'm paying for, I couldn't do that. So it takes some foresight and planning to be able to do it. But let me tell you this, if you put your mind to that's where I want to get to, it don't take that long. The time will go by before you realize it, and you get there. Start paying stuff off, and if you don't think you can pay it off, sell it and buy something that you can pay off. Everybody don't need a brand new this and a brand new that. If you can have brand new stuff, then by all means get it. But if it's going to make life miserable for you to have a brand new whatever, then you don't need it. I mean, it's like that Honda. I still got the Polaris, and if I get where, hey, I can't make them payments on that Honda, and there's, it's a struggle to make them, I'll get rid of it. I ain't married to it. So maybe that little bit of wisdom will help somebody, and I say wisdom strategically because knowledge is gained from books and from other people. Wisdom is from life experience. Like, I've been through this, I know this works. That's wisdom. That's why older people have wisdom, because they've lived some life and done some things and made some mistakes, and they know the price of it. Robert Getty said, speaking of knives, do you prefer the yellow or the bone queen fishing knife? Oh, today I preferred the yellow one. I've been toting both of them. I had the bone one in my pocket the other day. It don't make me no difference. I like the yellow because of the classicness of the yellow pocket knives. everybody had yellow pocket knives. It's just kind of the yellow pocket knife. It's a thing. So that's why I wanted a yellow one. I really like the bone probably better. I've got a Case Trapper that's bone, and I like it. So it's you want to see Brody review Garfin? Yeah. Betty, good night. Chris, it makes a lot of difference. You know, everybody wants to get on the argument of is this wrong? Is it, you know, is drinking wrong? And my thoughts on most things is not about is it going to keep you out of heaven. It's not about it being a heaven or hell issue, and I'm sure it possibly is, and I have thoughts on that. But the main thing is, from experience, I can see all the damage it does. It's not worth fooling with what you need.
They caught the biggest gator gar ever. It was as big as me.
Yeah. Where'd they catch it? South Louisiana?
They caught it in Louisiana.
Yeah.
'Cause that's where we need to go to catch it.
That's where we're going to have to go to catch one, ain't it?
Yeah,
I bet we can. I bet somebody down there will take us fishing if we go down there.
Yeah, we have to go talk
I know 2 or 3 people down there said come on and they'd take us.
to those people. Hey, maybe when we go to Louisiana and stay there for
We'll have to see.
a couple of days.
We'll have to see.
We stay there for a couple of days because
Couple of days. We'll talk about it.
like we can go to one of the guys' house. Stay there.
Not yet sponsored said I've got over 39,000 subscribers. Remember when you had 200? Been a long road. It has, and they've been a lot of blessings. It's been a lot of work. But mainly it's about just sitting back and keep doing what you're doing. And right now I am sort of pushing things. What do y'all think about the thumbnails? I'm experimenting with them. I'm trying to look and see. It looks like I'm getting less views with them, but it could be like the bass fishing one. You know, and I'm trying to figure out if it's gonna help attract people or if it's gonna push people away. So I was experimenting with it as just an art thing to just something cool and different, and I found out through messages that there's some people that are, they think that kind of stuff is like a sin and wrong. So I can't say it is or it ain't. I hadn't looked at it that way. Most things in life, though, are affiliated with something that you don't agree with supporting. So, I mean, that's like everything. Whoever owns that company is probably doing things you don't agree with. So, what, Brody?
This is what we're trying to catch.
Yeah.
Please.
Stuffed animals.
We're trying to catch a real one.
Oh, okay.
Now I know these things out.
So the thumbnail thing was something I just started experimenting with to try to see if I could look different than the videos above and below me. So when you scroll by it, it's eye-catching. Like, oh, that's different. Who is this guy? You know. But the main thing is once somebody clicks on it, watches, you've got to keep their attention. So right now I am trying to push it a little bit. I'm not I'm not trying to change who I am to grow it, by no means. That don't mean that as I grow, I don't change some. I mean, people just change. But I'm not like, well, hey, I'm gonna try to pretend to be something different to try to get views. I ain't near about all that. I mean, if it don't grow at all, I'm okay with it. I want it to grow. I want it to get to where I can solely make a living off of YouTube. Between it and Facebook pays a little, not really good, but Facebook's bad, finicky. I am trying to push TikTok. TikTok pays really good if you grow. I have not growed on there yet, so. Alicia, thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I agree with that. And y'all, being a father is a huge thing. Tomorrow is Father's Day, and I won't be talking about Father's Day on the Just In Time video. So I guess I'll say now, being a father is probably one of the most important things you can do, because you're leaving a part of yourself into the future generations. What people remember of you will be reflected out of your kids, and that's what will truly remain of you. Your name will be on a headstone somewhere. You may leave some things you built. I mean, there may be a building named after you. You may leave something, but it won't last forever. Your name will last forever, and how people remember you, how your kids remember you. So being a father and the things you can do to try to help the generation coming on behind you be better than you were. And it takes correction, it takes some discipline. You have to punish kids. Sometimes you need to give them some tough love. They don't need to be petted on and spoiled and babied, and I'm probably ruining Brody like that now. But teach them as much as you can. Teach them the old ways. Teach them how to make it on their own. Teach them everything you can think. I mean, you may not do the outdoors like I do, but teach them what you know. Teach them the things that's important to you. Most of all, teach them about God. Teach them about life. Teach them, how to love the other people around them. Whether you're a religious person or not, teach them to love other people. You don't have to agree with everything everybody does. I don't expect you to agree with everything I like. But we love each other, and we can agree on most things and treat each other respectfully and support each other for the things that we do like and we do agree on. So you take music for an instance. Just because I like somebody's song that they sang don't mean I have to like everything that artist believes in and what they do. They may be whatever. They may be off in the left field somewhere, or, head ain't screwed on just right. But if they perform good music and they're good at what they do as a craft, I can enjoy that song and go on about my life and listen to it and not give two thoughts about what they're... So sometimes, we think that, hey, we need to... If we don't, in other words, like if there's something about you I disagree with, well, I can't support you in any way. And that ain't how we need to raise our kids to look at life. Teach them to be firm on what they believe and think is right, but love other people. And y'all, we fixing to shut this all down, because my phone may shut it down for me before I get through. But anyway, happy Father's Day, and like I said, teach the generation come. Be a father to your kids. Everybody's not in the same situation. Some of you, your kids you may be separated, kids living with the other parent most time. But when you have the ability and the time or whatever to instill within your kids, make sure that they know you love them. Make sure they know that they're important. I'm not a perfect father. Me and Brody, I get frustrated with him at times. He asks a lot of questions, and sometimes, especially like when I'm trying to film and do something and he's bugging me, I'm like, just hush, let me finish this, which is probably not a good thing, but they need to know that they're not everything, but they also need to feel important. You need to take time to listen to what they got to say, even if it's silly, even if it don't make sense, to know that, your input's important. So you have to balance all it out. But being a father is a wonderful thing. Same goes to the mothers. I mean, the same principles apply to mothers. We've just celebrated Mother's Day not long ago. So, I feel the same about both, but we need manly men teaching kids. They need a manly man in their life. And you ain't got to be wanting to fight and abusive and demanding over everybody else. But just be a man, be tough, fix things. Even if you don't fix it, work on it. Teach them that, hey, we can solve problems. That's part of being a man. But anyway, I love all of y'all, and thank y'all for watching tonight. And this phone, like I said, it is about to die. I'm going to say a prayer as we close out tonight. And if this shuts off before I get through, good night. Lord, we thank you today for this time of fellowship. We thank you, Lord, for all the people that you have brought together through this channel. God, we thank you for everybody out there watching. And I pray, God, that you'll touch those that are sick. You see those that have asked for prayer requests, those that have sickness, disease, and things going on in their life. We ask you, Lord, to be a healer. But God, we thank you today, Lord, for all the fathers that are out there. And tomorrow as we celebrate Father's Day, God, I pray, Lord, that you lead all of these fathers. I pray, Lord, that you guide them with your Holy Spirit. God, that you speak to them, that you allow them to make good decisions, Lord, that you influence their decisions, God, that you show them where to walk. And God, you protect them. You put your hand upon these fathers. God, bless them and enable them to be a father and be good fathers. Help them to be successful. Show them how to love. Help them with patience. Help them, God, with being right, Lord. Not that, God, we want to just say we're right, but help us, Lord, to choose to be right. Show us, God, what is right so that we can be right, Lord. God, we give you all the praise and the glory for everything you do, for every blessing you've given us, the food we have to eat, God, the money in our checking accounts, the jobs that we have, most of all, the kids that surround us, the spouses we have. God, the family that surrounds us, we thank you for. I thank you today, Lord, for every one of these people that tune in and watch, the ability, God, that we have to come together and celebrate these days, celebrate fathers, but celebrate life in general. God, we love you. We thank you for your blessings. We thank you for another day. God, we ask you to go with us. God, go in tomorrow and help us today. Help us tomorrow. Help us in the future, God. Lead us and guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So y'all, we love y'all. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Check any comments that I might have just missed. So good to see all of you. Good night. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have